guys, and welcome back to my channel. Today on my channel, I'm going to be doing a wear test and review on the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. So we've all heard of the Shape Tape Concealer. This is the Face Tape Foundation version. If you are new to my channel, I do wear tests every Tuesday of the week, and I test out different products such as foundations, concealers, and mascaras. So today we're going to be trying this on together, talking about it, and I'm going to tell you right now a little bit about the product first. The first key thing is this is a $39 product. You can buy it directly through Ulta or through Tarte themselves. It is not sold on Sephora or on Nordstrom. They do have 49 colors in this shade range, which is so impressive. This foundation is a full coverage foundation. Now, I am oily combination skin type, and I do have a lot of redness and visible pores to my skin. It is a hypoallergenic foundation, which is so important to certain people. I will mention though, it does have a scent to it, so if you are sensitive to scent, be aware of that. It is supposedly transfer proof, waterproof, and sweat proof. Now, I do have on a white sweater today that is a turtleneck. We'll see how it does and see if it transfers down to that at all, because we all know that's the worst when you're wearing something like this and you start to get that line of makeup. Now, they do also state that this has a 12-hour wear, so we are going to be checking back at the 5 and 10-hour mark, and we will see if it really does last through that. So let's jump right into trying it out. We are testing this out, and this is a darker shade. It is in the color 3SB medium beige. I'm definitely now more of a light medium. I always take a coaster, just find a ceramic coaster, plastic container, pump to it. I did do self tanner on my face last night because this color is going to be too dark for me. I'm going to do half of my face with a brush and half of it with a beauty blender sponge. I did a pump. I like to see how far that'll get me. Oh, I'm so glad I did self tanner. This is much better coloring with the self tanner on. You can see my corrector already under my eyes. I already put that on. I just tap around my eyes. I do go over my eyes, not everyone does. I just find it works good for me. All right, so this one pump has more that has such a pretty smell to it. If you are sensitive to scent though, it does have a scent. But I have more than done half of my face with this one side. This is very, very pretty on. Now, I personally do not like the Shape Tape Concealer. It's way too heavy. I'm going to do this side with the sponge. Sponge doesn't give as much coverage. All right, so we had used all of that up. I'm going to try to do a half a pump and finish up this side, see how far that gets me. Again, doing my nose, I make sure to get really good around my nose because that is the area that a mask is getting on right now, and that is where I'm touching it because my allergies and everything else. I'm always like itching my nose. Plus my glasses are always on it. I am shocked, guys. This is nice. I do like the side with the brush a little bit more, but I do like taking the beauty blender to make sure it gets all around the edges and into my hair line. I did the self tanner down my neck, but it might need a little bit of just blending. We'll have to see as we go along. We'll see how it transfers throughout the day too by having on a white sweater. Not my smartest idea when I have to wear or when I'm testing out a dark one. So I'm just taking the sponge and going over everything because it removes any excess product that might be sitting on top of my skin more than making it look like skin. This is nice, guys. I'm definitely glad I have the self tanner on though. This is very pretty. I'm gonna let it sit for a minute and then we'll come back and look at it. All right, it's been a few minutes. I always like to let a foundation sit to see how it goes. Let's take a closer look. This is actually very, very nice. Other than the fact that the color right now it'll be a great summer one. So I'm just kind of going around anywhere that I might see a little bit of product kind of building up or looking patchy. Make sure I get it over to my ears and down my chin. All right, guys, this is looking nice. So I'm gonna do the rest of my makeup and then I'll come back and talk to you. So now that I have all of my makeup on, let's talk a little bit about this. First things first, I thought the color was going to be so off. Granted, I have on self tanner, but this actually looks really, really, really nice on. This, I'm looking at it up close, looks so healthy. It really evens out the skin tone. I would say it's a medium on the border of a full coverage foundation. I'm not seeing any sunspots. I'm not seeing any freckles. It really just evens out the skin tone. It looks very nice. I am combination oily skin type. So we will see how this lasts throughout the day. I do a check-in at 5 hours and at 10 hours to let you see how it looks. Sometimes they do better, sometimes they don't. But I will also show you guys swatches against my 3 top favorites so you can see how the colors match up. And then I'll take you outside in bright sunlight. I'll also show you this in natural sunlight, and I'll take a photo to see how it reacts to the flash of a photo. Let's look at these swatches. So this is the color right here that we are testing today, which is the Tarte Face Tape in the color 35B Medium Beige. And this is more swatches than I typically do, but this is Estee Lauder Double Wear. This is in the color 3C2 Pebble. And then this is my summer color that I typically use, and I forget the name of it. I'm gonna have to look it up and tell you guys down below. And then this is my YSL All Hours in the color BR40. And then these 2 here are my Lime Life. This is the color number 2, Olive number 2, and this is the color Olive number 3. So this is typically my summer one. This is typically my summer one. You can see this. I will say it has a little bit more of an orangey undertone. These all, except for the YSL, all have a little bit more of a pinky undertone to them. I'm going to take you out in some natural daylight and show you these. So taking a look at these out in natural daylight, I will say that the Tarte version is closest to the Lime Life color that I use in the summertime in the color number 3. It is also fairly similar to the YSL in the color BR40, but this one is just a little bit lighter. These 2 are actually very, very, very similar as far as color tone. 3, 2, 1. We are taking a look at this foundation out here. Now keep in mind, the sun is falling on that side of the house. I will go outside and take a look at it for you, but this is what it looks like in natural daylight, but not direct sunlight. So the foundation looks very nice on. I think it has a good finish to it. It looks actually way better than I expected. Now, when we go outside, I might have a little bit of a color difference out there, so it's be interesting to see how this goes. So now I'm gonna take a photo with it and we'll see how that goes. All right, so I don't see any reflection. I don't see any like flashback, though I'm not even sure if the flash went off now that I'm saying that. But typically through here, I have a little bit of a reflective area and I don't have that today. So let's go look at it outside. Okay guys, we are taking a look at this out in, I mean, there are a couple clouds, but taking a look at this foundation to see how it does in more direct sunlight. I like the fact that it's not crazy. I'm not like squinting like a crazy person, but I cannot see what it looks like yet. It will be interesting to see how well it looks with my skin, if it actually looks healthy and natural, or does it look like I'm wearing a mask in direct sunlight. 5-hour check-in. This foundation is very pretty. I am so impressed. I will say I'm starting to get a little bit of oil breakthrough. I'll zoom in for you. Right through here. It's slightly oxidizing on me, but I don't think it's oxidizing on me because of the product itself. I think it's oxidizing on me because it's a little bit too dark for me right now. And me personally, anytime I have self tanner on my skin and on my face, the color tends to oxidize a little bit on any foundation I use when this happens. But no breakdown around the nose, none on the chin. I'm gonna zoom in and let you take a look at this. All right, so here we are on the forehead. Right in through here is where I feel like I'm getting just a slight bit of oiliness. But it's holding up well in through here. It looks very healthy. You might be able to see how it looks slight tinge orangey. So that slight bit of oranginess is from the oxidation, which is when oxygen hits a foundation, it sometimes just pulls different colors out. A lot of times that can be the product, a lot of times that can be the color under your skin. In this case, I definitely think it's the color under my skin. But for a 5-hour check-in, I am really liking this. I think this is a really nice product. I'm interested to see how it plays out at 10 hours. This is the 10-hour marker. Okay, couple things. One, I didn't touch base on it earlier. This is kind of what my shirt looks like. Not too bad. Like, I mean, trust me, I've had things that are worse. I wouldn't say that it didn't transfer at all, but just to give you an idea, it does still look really nice. I am surprised, especially considering a lot of times when my skin is lighter and I've used a self tanner, I've mentioned this, that the foundation doesn't stay quite as well. So taking a look at it, I mean, a little bit wore off around this edge of my nose and this edge. That's normal. It's not patchy at all. I expected it to be patchy. Yeah, it's really not. Let me zoom in and show you. I apologize. My eyes are so red and irritated from allergies right now, but this is what we look like. I think it looks decent. So overall, I think it stayed very, very well. The color wasn't the optimal color for me for this time of year. However, it did work and it definitely stayed on well. I'm more concerned with not the color match because that was an error on my side, more on the fact that did it stay? How did it cover? It definitely is a more full coverage foundation. I think I originally had said a medium to full coverage. It definitely is a full coverage foundation, but it looks very nice and very healthy. So I'm very excited about this product. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video on the Tarte Face Tape Foundation. If you have any additional questions about anything I talked about here or just about the product itself, please leave them down below. If you have a foundation that you would like to see me do a wear test on, you can also leave a comment down below and I will look into that. If you are not yet following along here on my channel, please hit that red subscribe button and follow along. And as always, guys, thank you so much for watching and sticking with me. Have a great day.